Hey, alright, thank you for that wonderful introduction. So, I don't know how to use this. Wait lang. Check ko lang Right, so, hello, my name is Isaias or ACB, and currently, as per mentioned, I'm the regional captain of AWS Cloud Club Philippines. So basically, that AWS Cloud Club Philippines is a student-led user group, and so far, we have two here in Mindanao. But sooner or later in 2025, I'm trying to build an ecosystem here in the Philippines as well because I'm trying to expand the opportunities what's happening in Manila here to Davao or especially in Mindanao Island. Okay? So first now, yung maganda yung naging discussion nito because we started with the latest trends of AWS. Okay? And then down to the startup. So this time, we're going down to the most medyo microscopic level of AWS, which is we're going to introduce you to AWS and exactly what exactly is cloud computing is. Okay? First of all is that I want to show your hands. Sino dito yung mga students? Wow. Okay, who among you here are professionals? Alright, so please sit down. And who among you here knows what AWS is? Medyo konti lang yun. No? And as I've seen din naman sa legislation natin, marami sa inyong demographics that no experience to AWS at all. Okay? And I'm assuming that if you do not know what AWS is, we'll try to introduce you in introduction to cloud computing first. Okay? And since introduction to cloud computing to, we're tatag pa rin natin to ng analogy so that we can understand these services and concept more thoroughly. Okay, so these are the four topics that we're going to discuss today, and then apat lang yan. We have the introduction to cloud computing, advantages, although Sir Rafi mentioned that already, but this time we're going to dive deep. Ano ba talaga yung mga advantages na yun? Okay, and then next we have the introduction to AWS, and lastly, cloud adoption framework. Okay, so kasi, for example, kung nag-cloud ka man, right? Nakita natin kung may advantages sa cloud, na alam na natin yung AWS, okay? Okay, mag-AWS na tayo, mag-migrate na tayo, hindi yung ganun, right? We need to follow a certain framework for best practices, as mentioned in the previous speech. Okay, so first of all, let's define first what exactly is cloud computing. Okay, imagine that we are in a coffee shop. O sabihin natin Tim Hortons, diba? Favorite ko kasi Tim Hortons eh. So, we imagine that we have a coffee shop. And then sa coffee shop na yun, makikita natin there's a customer. And then sa coffee shop din na yun, makikita natin that there's a barista. In AWS, or the cloud computing model, we have a client-server model. Okay, there's a client and there's a server. In this analogy, we have a barista, and I myself is the customer. So for example, o-order ako, sir, gusto ko ng matcha. Ang ibibigay dapat ni barista is matcha. Kung sinabi ko, sir, gusto ko ng kape na may chocolate, ang ibibigay dapat is kape na may chocolate. In a client-server model, in a more cloud computing complex definition, kapag ako nag-order sa AWS, or kapag ako nag-request sa AWS ng database, ang ibibigay ng AWS is database. That database is yung binibigay na service. Yung database na yun is our coffee, and our barista is the AWS. Okay? So, in a more... Ayaw! Okay. Ah! Panik po, no? Okay, we have a cloud computing. So, sinabi dyan, in definition, we have a cloud computing is the on-demand delivery of compute power, database storage, application, and other IT resources via the internet with a pay-as-you-go pricing. Itong mga to, compute power, database, storage, application, those are the services. Those are our coffee na sinaserve ni barista. Okay? Pero kung ako, tatanungin, what is cloud computing? Cloud computing is the on-demand delivery of IT resources. Tapos ang usapan. Via internet. So, let's discuss first. Ano nga ba ang nialaman pa ng cloud computing? So, cloud computing is part of an infrastructure as a software. Okay? For example, gusto natin mag-games. Right? So, kung mag-games tayo, ano yung kailangan natin? Kailangan natin ng actual hardware. Kailangan natin ng actual computer. Okay, so computer na yun, para ma-access natin yung Valorant, ma-access natin yung Dota, ma-access natin ano pa bang mga games na meron doon, we need have a certain infrastructure. Infrastructure na yun, yung computer na yun, para makagawa tayo, makakuha tayo, makalaro tayo ng mga games, kailangan natin ng power. Kailangan natin ng monitor. Kailangan natin ng storage. Right? Those are an example of infrastructure. Sa deeper level, in a cloud computing level, malawak pa yun. Okay, mamaya, dadahan-dahanan natin yan, but that's the analogy that I can get. So imagine, gusto mong maglaro ng Valorant, but your infrastructure or your CPU cannot keep up yung dun sa requirement ni Valorant. For example, meron ka lang 8 GB na RAM. Eh gusto ni Valorant 16 GB para makalaro ka. Okay? So what we're going to happen is, if we're going to think of our infrastructure as a software, okay, ang current hardware natin is 8 GB, but what if we run our Valorant online with a 16 GB RAM? That's an example of a virtual machine. Right? That's as an example of how we think of our infrastructure as a software. But paano nga ba ang infrastructure as a hardware? Ang infrastructure as a hardware is a hardware solutions. This will require space, staff, physical, and expenditure. Have a long hardware procurement cycle. What does it mean? For example, kailangan mo ng mouse, o kailangan mo ng flash drive for storage. You need to order to Shopee, you need to order to Lazada, and then that's a long wait for you to get that resources, right? So imagine that we're at a computer shop, or imagine yung computer na meron ka. In the traditional cloud computing model, yung server natin is for, require space. Kailangan may space yung computer mo. Pangalawa, kapag may computer shop ka, kailangan may magbabantay. Right? And then we have the physical security, planning, and the capital expenditure. Mamaya, mag-broad pa tayo dyan kung ano to mga hardware solution na to and how can we optimize it. And then, last is required to provision capacity by guessing theoretical maximum speed. I-explain din natin yung mamaya later. Kapag cloud computing model tayo, we think of our infrastructure as a software. This one is flexible and can change more quickly, easily, and cost-effectively than hardware solution. So for example, sa computer shop, okay, invest tayo na 10 computers for 10 customers a day. Right? Pero punta lang mga 5, 4, 3. Lugi ka ng mga 7 to 6 computers na in-invest mo for your customers. So that's an example of a server. Okay? Mamaya, explainin natin doon how do we have an advantage in cloud computing. Then here, in cloud computing, we have cloud service model. We have here as infrastructure as a service, then we have here platform as a service, and we have here software as a service. Let's put first, explain natin itong infrastructure as a service. Do you know, guys, any familiar with this model? Not so much, okay? So it's actually infrastructure as a service. Usually, nangyayari to when we migrate to IT. Okay? So for example, kailangan natin ng for example, nangyayari to sa mga hybrid. Okay? When we say hybrid, is both cloud and on-premises yung deployment model natin. And then we have the platform as a service. Okay, lahat for example, nangyayari to kapag gusto natin ng mga web development, lahat ng OS natin nandiyan na para makapag-develop ng applications. And then we have here software as a service, which means, from the term software, may certain service siya. May certain instruction. For example, Netflix, right? For entertainment. For example, Word document for Office. And then for example, we have Facebook for social media. So that's an example of a software as a service. And we have here the 3 cloud computing deployment model. Okay, we have the cloud. Ibig sabihin, yung mga database natin, yung mga picture natin, right? Nasa Google Cloud. or nasa Amazon Cloud, okay? Or nasa Messenger, sinend na natin sa Messenger. That's an example of a cloud online, okay? And then we have the hybrid. Usually, itong mga cloud computing deployment na hybrid na ito, nangyayari ito kapag sa bangko. Oh wow, 10 minutes na lang. Nangyayari ito kapag sa bangko. And then we have the on-premises or the private cloud. Sabihin, this one is a much more stricter approach of cloud deployment model na hindi lang lahat-lahat basta naka-access. And these are an example of an infrastructure. Okay? So, infrastructure na to, for example, kailangan mo ng firewall or access control list, sa AWS meron nun. Okay? So, ito hindi naman kailangan talaga basahin niya lahat. It's just that saying that ang mga traditional infrastructure, mga traditional IT, nagagawa ng paraan yan sa cloud computing. Okay? And then what are the advantages of cloud? Bakit maraming pupunta sa cloud? First of all is that great capital expense for valuable expense. So most often, data center is based on forecast. And then kapag nag-migrate ka sa cloud, you pay only for what you use. Okay? So for example, si Netflix, nagsasubscribe tayo na 600 pesos per month. Okay? And hindi mo naman lagi-lagi nababayaran yun. Okay? Wish ko lang, di ba? 5 pesos per movie or per episode si Netflix. So kung 3 episode lang yung nabayad mo, 15 pesos lang yung babayaran mo per monthly. Pero hindi. Regardless of your usage, mag-i-invest ka na 600 for you to use that service. So here, in data centers investment, based on forecasts, based on how we think it is na magagamit natin yung server, or we pay only for the amount that we can get. Then next is that massive economies of scale. So imagine, okay, imagine we live in a city, right? So mga city, meron tayong mga high class, meron tayong mga middle class, and mga lower class, right? Yung mga high class, mataas yung tax nila, right? And then, most often, na nangyayari sa Makati, I'm from Makati, yung mga public school, binibigyan ng mga relief goods. And then yung mga private school, hindi most of them. Why? Because, tawag dito, yung mga malaking tax sa mga malaking, kumikita ng malaki, sinasubsidize itong mga lower class. Alright? So that's example of massive economies of scale of AWS. Yung mga malalaking kumpanya sa AWS, okay, sinasubsidize ito mga startups, as per mentioned by Sir Rafi, and itong mga bago lang sa mga gumagamit ng AWS, and therefore, mas bumababa yung bill or mga costing in each services. Next is that stop guessing capacity. We have here the underestimated server capacity, and we have the overestimated server capacity. Or we can just move to cloud so that we can just scale on demand. And next, we have the long requirement hardware cycle. So we have here weeks between wanting the resources and having the resources, and then we have the minutes between wanting the resources within just seconds. Ako nagkamali ako dyan, but actually yung speed and agility na deployment is you can upload or you can just deploy your website within just seconds, within just minutes. And next is that you stop spending money on running and maintaining data centers. For example, we are in a coffee shop, okay? And then, imbis na nagpo-focus ka sa pagpapaganda ng mga coffee mo, pagpapalago ng mga beans mo, nagpo-focus ka dun sa coffee shop infrastructure mo. Nasira yung door, nasira yung aircon. So, ibig sabihin, yung allocation of budget natin na pupunta dun, kaysa magpo-focus tayo sa mga customer natin na how we're going to serve our coffee more better. Okay, so that's an example of stop spending on running and maintaining data centers, and then we can just focus on our business and customers. The next, we have the go global units. Like for example, that we have a client on Africa and we are here in the Philippines, they can access those websites, they can access those resources by just minutes, or 5 minutes na lang ako. And we have here the introduction to AWS. Okay? So the introduction to AWS, like for example here, a web service is any piece of software that makes itself available over the internet. Gaya nga here, sinabi dito, meron tayong client at meron tayong server. This one is our coffee shop, and this one is our customer. Okay? So that's an example of what a web services is. Si AWS, meron siyang cloud-based products. Okay? And it has a lot of IT resources that offers flexibility, and then you can just use them as long as you need with a pay-as-you-go pricing. And here we have the categories of AWS, and marami yan. Okay? For me, you do not need to know everything in AWS. You just need to know what you need, and it's all there. Okay? And with that, and how we're going to access those AWS is we have the AWS Management Console, the CLI, and then NSDKs. Meron din tayo tinatawag na CDKs, which is called the Cloud Development Kits. And then next, or last, we have the Cloud Adoption Framework. Here we have the business, people, and governance, and we have the platform security and operations. These are the best practices or perspective na para kailangan natin, kung kailangan ba talaga natin mag-migrate to AWS. And then the first one is we have the business perspective. What does our business aligns? What does our business demands? Kailangan ba natin talaga mag-online? Diba? So kung di naman kailangan, why do we put our resources there? And the next one is kapag align na sa business natin na kailangan natin mag-AWS or mag-cloud computing, we have our people perspective with actually how to train them. That's where the HR comes in. Then we have the governance. Of course, there will be legalities, compliance on how we're going to run our structure as we migrate to cloud, yung organization natin. Okay? And then we have the platform perspective, of course, from on-premises to cloud, paano yun? That's where the solutions architect comes in. And then, second to the last, of course, dapat, ang number one priority in any organization is security data. Okay, most often, hindi ito nagagawa, and that makes any organization survivability at risk. And the last but not the least, okay, nag-migrate na tayo sa cloud, okay? But that's not it. We need to have a day-to-day or quarter-to-quarter that we know that our business will run in the long run. That's where the operations perspective comes in. Dito na papasok sila IT support managers and sa mga operations managers. Okay? Thank you for listening to me and have a